Friday night chat. Tonight we're going to sit down and just basically kind of catch up on a few things that's been going on the homestead this week. We started off this week by moving our pigs and getting them out of the front pasture back into the back pasture.
Most of you saw Danny wrestling with the pigs.
Me wrestle. If you've watched the video on the homestead tour here, the last one we did with the animals and with the pigs and the chickens, you saw what can happen on a homestead there. How my big old boar got over in that loading chute, I have no idea, because it was completely closed off just about, and I have to this day I don't know how he got in there. He almost came over that fence on me, and I knew better than to let him get out, but in a moment, you know, you do things that you probably sit back and think about later on you shouldn't have done. And we have been asked, people ask us questions about when purchasing pigs, you know, what are some of the things that needs to be considered? And hopefully this video will open your eyes to what can happen. You know, you got small kids and these big old animals that weigh 300 pounds like him. Big animals can be dangerous on a homestead, especially around small kids if you had them there. But some other things we've been doing this week, we planted white clover. We went and got the arrowleaf clover and got it planted on our property. We have red crimson clover coming up, and now we've planted the white arrowleaf on our property. Beautiful. It's good for the honeybees, because that's what we're trying to. We always try to keep something coming on for the honeybees. We try to keep something for the wildlife. And this spring, we're thinking maybe we might add some sheep to our homestead. We're not 100% sure yet, but if we do, we just want to have something, you know, for something to graze on. And two, we like perennial stuff that just keeps coming back year after year once we plant it. We planted in our English peas. We had a 2.5-inch rain here after our English peas came up, and it just pounded the devil out of them, which is something we're used to this time of year here, because there's nothing for us to get a 2 to a 5-inch rain in a few hours this time of the year here. As a matter of fact, right before we shot this video, we had a severe thunderstorm just came through here. Most of them came up, but I don't like spaces occasionally. I don't like seeing spaces in my garden where there's not anything growing. So what we did was went back and hand planted in between those spaces, and we got, you know, redid those. We added lime this week to our garden up by the road up here, because we're going to be planting sweet corn and snap beans within a week or so. We're going to be getting that in there. The temperatures here has gotten right for that. We're not expecting any more freezes. We looked at the long range forecast. They don't have anything planned. Matter of fact, the temperature is going to probably be from 70 to 79 degrees for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we're going to try to go ahead and start getting some of this stuff in the ground. We canned carrots this week. If you saw, we have a video we're going to be putting out about
how we can carrots.
And we also planted a 4-foot by 16-foot bed of carrots. Today and tomorrow is the root crop time, so we went ahead and got the carrots in the ground today. Hung a picket fence gate on. Wanda's got a little herb garden out there. We've been working on putting a picket fence around it for quite some time. We've got on our homestead here, people ask us how's things coming, what's going on with the gardening and all this kind of stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up already. We've got asparagus that's up, probably this tall, our asparagus.
That's the ones that we just planted. Now, the ones from last year that we planted, we've got one up from last year that's almost big enough.
It's big enough to break off and eat already.
The others are just popping the ground.
Yeah, we've got English peas up. We already got them stuck with the sticks to run up on. We've got Irish potatoes that's up probably, I don't know, 2 inches tall maybe. Between 1 inch and 2 inches tall. We've got our tomatoes is up. If y'all can see, hold on to that just a minute. I'll show you. I showed you last week, but this is where they at this week. We've got a pretty good stand here.
In the sun every day.
Yeah, but we got our tomatoes coming up, our peppers and stuff like that. We've got that. Not only the tomatoes and the peppers, we've got garlic coming up.
Garlic and green onions.
Green onions.
Our cabbage we planted is looking
really green. We got cabbage that's up probably what, 6, 8 inches tall,
Yeah.
big beautiful plants. We can show you some videos of that here pretty soon.
We're gonna do another walkthrough next week. When
Probably
we're
in a
giving
week.
English peas and potatoes time to get up where you can see
Yeah.
them.
Giving everything.
I have lettuce.
Yeah, we got lettuce up really, really nice. Strawberries.
We're eating fresh now. If we
Yeah.
have something fresh, we're eating it. And strawberries is one thing.
Yeah, we're eating fresh carrots. We're eating
We had the carrots when we dug the carrots. We're eating on those, and
Eating
those
on
are
those.
really good.
really good. Got the
Um,
strawberries, the carrots,
Kale,
kale. We've been eating some kale, collards,
That's
Yeah.
stuff that we've been eating fresh.
turnip roots. We eat in season, so that's what we're trying to make a point to everybody is when stuff is coming in, we don't run to the grocery store and pick up stuff. Matter of fact, we only go to the grocery store sometimes twice a month. We try to make it just once a month is the only time we go to the grocery store, and we only pick up a limited amount of things in. We don't really
Yeah.
pick up a lot of stuff. I'll let Wanda tell you about her
Frugal
family.
Every Friday night now from the Frugal Family Food Collaboration is sponsoring somebody new. And this week it is Lumna, Lumnah, Lumna Acres. Al is doing this Friday night, so go check Lumna Acres out and see what he's cooking. I kind of heard it was pizza, so you guys, if you love pizza, go check Al out.
Wanda and I have started doing something that I don't know. I don't know how long we'll be able to do it, but we've actually taken the time to start going back, and people who subscribe to us, we look at your channels
Yeah,
now.
even if you only have 10 views.
It doesn't matter if you have 10 people,
10 subscribers.
10 subscribers or something. We were looking at one while ago, just have 1 subscriber. I mean, we are diligent about going out and looking at everybody's channels. I mean, we may
not
post-
subscribe or comment,
Right.
but we do go look at
we
things.
do look at your channels. I mean, I could name some here. I mean, we got the old some of the ones that we really learn from are the OldAlabamaGardener. I mean,
He's been with us nearly since day one.
he's been with us almost since day one. We go back and forth to his channel. We look at him. Well, he's almost in our zone.
Alabama. OldAlabamaGardener.
He's in Alabama. He's not far from us here, and we really enjoy people that's in our area here. You know, learning from them.
The Bearded Gardener. That's one.
Yes.
He's been with us for a while, and the last few days I've been corresponding with him on apple trees because he's in Florida.
He's
And
in
so
Northeast
that's
Florida.
kind of our area too, and he's raising Anna apples just like we are, so we're kind of keeping up with the Bearded Gardener.
Well, we had a new subscriber, I think maybe today or maybe even yesterday, the old Lookout Lodge. He was checking you out, his channel out a while ago on the computer, and
He's a little bit different, and I like him.
Yeah, that's what we like things that are different, you know. And we're not all about the people that got the big numbers on subscribers, you know. I mean, that's not what gets us. We go and look at channels because we're looking for specific things in people about how serious they are about taking homesteading seriously. And those are some of the things that we look at people who come to us, and plus it gives us ideas about what people are interested in and what they're looking for.
And if we can help them, you know, any way we can, we like to help.
Yeah, I mean, I keep an eye on Ulster Allotment Diary from over in, I believe he's in Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Yes, Ireland.
Yeah, we keep an eye on his channel. We watch him because he's from another country. UK, here we grow. I mean, there's lots of them.
Allan Marine.
Allan Marine.
Corresponding with them this week, and he's in
They're in
Hong
Hong
Kong. Him and his wife May.
Throw out there that we do watch y'all's channels. We do go back and look at them. It takes, you know, it takes us some time to get around to everybody, but what we do in our spare time, which we don't have very much of, but a lot of times late at night or something, rather than watch TV, we sit down and we look at these YouTube channels and just kind of go through them and see what y'all are about. Let us know what our audience is looking for and what's going on with people, you know, in their lives, what they're doing to survive, what kind of homesteads you have. These are all things that we look at Before we go off tonight, I just want to take just a moment. And, Farm Fresh asked a question a while ago on my terracing video about terraces. Wanted to know a little bit more about them. She said she sees them in fields all the time and doesn't understand
how they
work or whatever. What terraces are is land that has a particular grade on it of like 3% to 15%. You usually, anything over 15%, you usually don't want to do anything with it anyway because it's going to wash no matter what you do. But terraces is something that's been used in foreign countries, in this country for years and years. As a matter of fact, in China and places like that, they still do a lot of terracing on steep hillsides for rice and all that stuff. But here, what you do is you set a transit up and you start close to the top of a hill, and you begin to shoot a level line around that hill, dropping in the direction you want it to drain in, dropping just gradually, depending on the length of the terrace as to how much drop you get in it. But what those terraces do is they stop the flow of water and hold it until it reaches a certain point. Before it runs over the top, it will drain around the end, and the next terrace will catch it. And what this does is, it's kind of like if you're familiar with swales or anything like that, or hugelkultur, what these terraces do is they capture the water, and rather than letting it drain off down the hill and cause erosion problems, it actually absorbs into the ground and soaks down into the ground, which causes the water to move more slowly through the land and water it at the same time. Because if you've got a pasture, when it rains and there's no terraces, that water will run down that hill and go off into a holler somewhere and be gone and never really soak up in the ground, and your land gets no benefit from it, and it's usually taking away precious topsoil with it. So by putting in a terrace, you actually capture that water and allow it to soak into the ground and filter into the aquifer underneath it, and therefore your trees and your plants, they all get a lot of benefit from that. And like I started to say, I hope that answers your question. There's a few things that's beginning to concern me. You know, looking at all the videos out there and everything on YouTube, not necessarily the people that subscribe to us, but we're just noticing a lot of videos on YouTube because we do spend quite a bit of time looking at this stuff. As to the condition of our economy, there's a lot of people out there that's they're wanting to be homesteaders. They're throwing the questions out there. You know, what do we need to be doing to get ready for homesteading? What do we need to do to prepare for homesteading? I hope I don't offend some people, but I'm just going to say something. Homesteading, based on the economy right now and what I see happening and the information I'm getting from high sources, you need to be getting on the ball.
Even if you're not
buying land or anything right now,
where you're at now.
Where you're at, go ahead before you even think about it. You go, well, we're going to homestead in a year, or we have a goal for 1 year, we have a goal for 2 or 5 years of getting us a homestead. I'm telling you people, I don't think you have that kind of time. I would go ahead and start getting things that I think I might need to survive with now. I would start buying up some food.
A year ago in January, we did the whole month of January not going anywhere, not doing anything, not buying anything.
We didn't go anywhere. We didn't leave our property.
We spent the whole month probably only paying the power bill, the whatever we needed, that kind of stuff, the 2 or 3 little bills, telephone bill,
like our phone bill and our power bill.
And we bought groceries at the first of the month and did not go back all month. We made ourselves eat whatever we had, and we had plenty. We weren't, we
didn't run out of
food.
We didn't run out of food. We didn't go hungry.
We didn't run get chips or a Coke or a candy bar. We didn't go to the movies. We don't ever go to the movies.
Of course, you have to understand Wanda and I's situation is a little bit different than a lot of people's.
Yeah.
Most everything we have is paid for. We're not people who go out and eat. Because in my opinion, the stuff that they serve in these restaurants is junk anyway, unless you're going to go to a high-end restaurant and buy organic.
Don't do it.
Don't go to the salons.
Save that money for 1 month and see what you have at the end of the month and spend it in things that you need to survive.
I mean,
Extra
what
food,
Wanda
medicine.
and I have done, we've cut out cable bill. We don't have a cable bill. We very seldom ever watch TV. We got rid of the fancy cell phones. We just got a regular old phone that we take with us on the road, a little track phone. We do have a landline for our computers. We go grocery shopping once, maybe twice a month if we just absolutely have to go to town for something.
We buy feed for the chickens.
We buy
as
feed for the
needed.
chickens, you know.
And the chickens pretty well cover their own feed because we sell the eggs and so
they pay for
they
themselves.
pay for themselves pretty much.
So I mean, we don't have overhead expenses. I mean, we don't do what everybody else does. We have made it up in our mind that if a life-changing event takes place, I don't want to be floored by my life being changed drastically, because I'm telling you, the life-changing event, it's coming.
And it's going to be drastic to
And it's
a lot
going
of
to be
people.
drastic. There's a lot of books out there. Let me throw this out. There's a lot of good books out there for people who don't really have the concept in your mind of what it might be like. One of them is called 1 Second After.
Excellent book.
Excellent book. Google it, buy it from Amazon, whatever. I mean, 1 second after.
It will wake you up.
It will wake you up.
And you will really think about if something happens.
Another one is called The Patriot, written by a very knowledgeable individual who worked at the Pentagon. I believe he worked at the Pentagon, best I remember. He was, you know, that's just two I'm going to throw out there. Every week I think I might throw a book or two out that I've read that's really an eye-opening book to what could happen. I mean, what got me started was after Katrina. You know, Katrina was an isolated event in this country, down here in the South. A lot of people in the rest of the country was never affected by it, but I saw the worst of people come out after that hurricane. And look, you can't stay awake all the time. I'm just going to tell you, you got to sleep sometime. And if you try to stay awake and you try to guard stuff, and you know, people that live in tight places where you've got neighbors all up against you and all this kind of stuff, you can store up food, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to tell you, when people get hungry,
they're going
to take that food. You know, you say, well, I've got garden outside and I've got animals. Look, they're not going, they'll take them. They'll either kill you or they'll take them. I mean, that's the bottom line.
We had people fighting over ice.
Yeah, we had
ice.
Literal ice. People would fight over ice. So, I mean, you have to understand, you know, that's just something I want to throw out there for people to think about. It really discourages me to see people call themselves homesteaders and call themselves preppers, and I go and look at what they're doing and they are so far off in left field they don't even have a clue. You know, and that bothers me. And that's one reason Wanda and I have started this channel, is to just let people see what it's like to live a lifestyle where you don't have to be going to you don't have to be going out to eat all the time, you don't have to be going to movies all the time. I mean, life can still be fun without all this stuff. You know, you can live, you can enjoy your life, because, hey, if a life-changing event takes place, this is what it's going to be like anyway. Buy up books.
Hand books. Don't do the
e-book thing.
E-book thing, because you may not have it.
Paperback, something, a tangible object that you can put in your hand to read.
Books,
buy gardening
like
books, herb books, back to the basics. I mean,
how to make soaps and things like that, just in case. Even if you never use them, it's a good thing to have.
It's a good thing to have. So these are just some things that we want to throw out there. I hope y'all have enjoyed the chat tonight. I want to tell y'all how much we appreciate all of you who subscribe. We love each and every one of you. We try to do as much as we can to entertain y'all, as well as keep you informed about things, and show you what life is really like on a homestead, where people actually live on a homestead and you function on a homestead. We don't leave the place here to go to a job. This is our job, and we just want people to see what that's like, to actually live, function, and have to survive on a homestead. So if you like what you've seen tonight, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.